Hi guys, Random here, back with another tutorial Tuesday. Now, those of you that watched the channel will have seen yesterday my Mogami video, where I was talking about modules. So I thought today we would take a look at modules. These can make quite a big difference to a ship. Quite a big difference. So, I thought we'd jump into the Arkansas beta. Now, this is a ship that I was given for testing the game in closed beta by Wargaming, so they gave me this ship, which very nice. It's a tier 4 American battleship. You can see there with the closed beta tester flag. Yep, I got a flag as well. God, they're so generous. Essentially, this is exactly the same as the American Tier 4 battleship. Essentially. Okay. There is one slight difference. Well, in fact, two. Really. But the first one is you have 0 anti-aircraft fire. No defense whatsoever. Not even a guy on the deck with a flare gun. Nothing. Okay. But what you do get, and if you go to the modules tab up here and then click on the upgrades option there, you get every upgrade slot in the game open to you. Now, these are the modules. So if we have a look here in the first slot, now you'll get this first slot upgrade. Let's have a look. What's the lowest tier ship I've got? Let's stay American so we're not wandering around too far. The Smith. Okay, it's a little tier 2 premium destroyer. Yeah, tier 2. You only get the first upgrade slot available to you. When you get to tier 3, you get 2. Tier 4, still 2. Tier 5, you get the third one. I think tier 6, you get the fourth one. And then it's tier 8 for the fifth one. Just trying to find tier 8. There we go. For the fifth slot. Okay. And when you get all the way up to like tier 9, you get all 6. Okay. So at tier 4, having all those slots was quite nice. But what do they do? What do they do? So, if we have a look at this, the options on here, ignore the bottom one, that's one of the special upgrades that you can buy in the arsenal, which I'll show you briefly after we've gone through this. But yeah, you'll get these 3 pretty much on every ship. So you get main armament modification 1, which will increase the survivability and make, if they get broken, they'll get fixed a little bit quicker. But it does add to the hit points, if you like, for the guns. So the guns become a little bit tougher. Auxiliary armament does the same for your secondary and anti-air. Not a lot of point on here because we haven't got any. And magazine mod 1 reduces the risk of magazine detonation. Now you can do that with one of the flags. But yeah, this is another way of doing it. In the second slot, you will get damage control system modification 1, which reduces your risk of fire and flooding, rather than flyer and fudding. So yeah, that reduces your risk of catching fire and flooding. And if you hover over each one, it will tell you what they do. Now, generally speaking, you can go on to the World of Warships Wikipedia. If you have a look on there for your ship, it will give you a suggested build. Now, it is only a suggested build. Okay? It's the build that gave the best results to the person that suggested it. Now, if your playstyle is different, you might find that it's not the result you want. Okay, so you may want to use different modifications here. Now on this, we've got Artillery Plotting Room 1. You don't get this on every ship. This increases your main battery firing range by 16% on here, so that's nice. I thought I'd go for that. Main battery mod 2 is quite nice. It speeds up the rotation of the guns, but it decreases your load time. So, or sorry, increases your load time by 5%. So if you've got a 30-second load time, now it's, I don't know, 32 seconds. So, you know, there is a cost and a balance to each of these upgrades. Secondary battery mod 2, if you've got, let's take German battleship as an example that's got good range on its secondaries, you might want to increase your secondary range a bit and do a secondary build if you like getting in a bit closer and tanking the damage. Your secondary guns will increase their range by 20%, so you will be shooting at them sooner than you would do without it, if that makes sense. Over here we have Damage Con mod 2, Propulsion mod 2 and Steering Gear mod 2. Now I like Steering Gear mod 2 over Propulsion mod 2 usually. However, on the Megami that you saw the video of yesterday, I would be looking at putting this on because it reduces the time it takes for, I think it's up to 6 knots. So your 0 to 6 knot time gets reduced by half. Now the Megami, I think, needs that. This particular thing, it's a battleship, they're slow anyway. Not a lot of point putting that on. However, having a tighter turning circle and making the ship a little more nimble is a great thing on a battleship. This speeds up how quickly your rudder shifts by 20%. So that's nice. Over here we have Concealment System mod 1 and Target Acquisition System mod 1. Now, Target Acquisition System mod 1, your range of assured acquisition of enemy ships, that's proximity spotting, which is 2 kilometers on every single ship in the game. Okay, you reduce that, or increase that rather, by 50%, it becomes 3 kilometers. So if you're hunting destroyers, for example, say you've got an Atlanta that's got really rapid firing guns and you want to get in there and you want to hunt the destroyers and they're all hiding in smoke, that's brilliant. You can now see them from 3 kilometers away rather than 2. They can't see you until you get to 2 kilometers away. Obviously if you fire your guns, that's different, but it's one of those things that maybe you might want to consider on a light cruiser. Concealment system is generally what people pick in this particular slot because your detectability drops by 10%. Also, you get a plus 5% dispersion to any shells fired at you. So, yeah, that can really help. Don't forget, if you've got camouflage on there as well, that's plus 4% dispersion, plus the 5% dispersion. You can really put shots off. You know, that's 9% if they stack, and sort of, I don't know, 7%, 8% if they don't. But it's pretty good. It is pretty good. And in the last slot here, this is a bone of contention sometimes. But you can get main battery mod 3, which will decrease your load time. So if we have a look here at the load time at the moment, it's 26.4 seconds. It would normally be 30. So you get a faster firing gun, but it takes you a bit longer to turn your guns. You get secondary battery mod 3. No penalty for this one, but it reduces the load time on your secondary guns. So if you're doing a secondary build, then maybe you might consider that. And Artillery Plotting Room mod 2, which increases the firing accuracy of your main guns. So it knocks down your dispersion. So again, if you're in a German battleship or a French battleship, the dispersion on those guns can be a bit trolly. So you might want to consider these. Now don't forget that this slot is kind of tier 9 and 10. Okay, so this is where you would be looking at these. Overall, they make quite a difference to what was otherwise a tier 4 American battleship. I'm forgetting what the tier 4 is actually. Wyoming. There we go. So if we have a look at the Wyoming, just here, yep, 30-second reload, maximum dispersion 204. Okay. Let's go back and look at the Arkansas Beta. Maximum dispersion 227. So the dispersion on this was worse to start with, but you brought it more in line with your tier 4 counterpart. But don't forget your 16.7 range there. Okay, so again, if we knock back to the tech tree and look at the range here, it's 14.3. So if you divide your dispersion by your main battery firing range, you'll get a figure per kilometre, and yeah, you'll find that the Arkansas does come out lower. So it's pretty good. It is pretty good. I would suggest, like I say, going to the World of Warships Wikipedia page, checking your ship and seeing what the suggested build out is, and yeah, maybe have a think about what you want to buy here. Now don't forget the price. Okay, alright, this is the tier 910 slot, but that's 3 million credits. These ones 2 million. These ones 1 million. These are 500. These are 250, and these are 125. Okay, so make sure that you research them, because the only way you can take them off is by using doubloons, or you can sell them, but you'll only get half of what you paid back. So be careful. So I hope you found that useful, and I hope that it's given you a little bit of insight as to how you might tweak your ship. You're not going to change it entirely, but you will improve the aspect for the modification that you have used. So concealment in that particular case makes the ship a bit more sneaky, which is always good. So your choices are all laid out in front of you. Check which one you want, add the modification, and then take the ship out and see how it's changed. You'll really notice stuff like your steering gears. You will really notice that. Yeah, so I think that's more than enough from me for now. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. Don't forget, if you like the video, the old like button loves a tickle. If you're new to the channel, why not subscribe? Don't forget the little bell icon. Do that on every YouTube channel that you subscribe to make sure that you get notifications. And if you want to see something, or you've got an idea for a tutorial, or you know, you've got a question, the old comment section is there. Jot it down, and I do read every comment. So yeah, let me know. Anyway, I think for now, it's Captain Random signing off. Take care, and I'll see you again in the next one.